the wrong way. The right way is that we nominate a list of candidates, and then each candidate make a brief speech.
Hunger.
Good job. Narrowing the list down to 2.
Wait a minute. If we do it your way, we'll be here all day.
Justice does not punch the time. It is our duty to be concerned with the rights of the defendant. Now, the defense contends that the accused was provoked into the attack on his roommate. Now, for all we know, the roommate may have been the kind of man who would drive anybody crazy.
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
Perhaps Mr. Unger has a point. Maybe he'd like to be our foreman.
Thank you, Mr. Wells. If I were your foreman, the first thing I would do would be to requisition the testimony of the court psychiatrist for further study. I believe we need to know all we can know about the emotional state of the accused at the time of the alleged attack.
I should warn you.
Don't fuck with me! I told you!
He might say a few things that are a bit brutal at times. So, don't take it personally.
I mean, this is not a very difficult case. The defendant is charged with assault. There were eyewitnesses to the incident. The guy has got a prison record that long. He's got a history of violence. I mean, how much more do we have to know? I think we can come to a verdict right away. Bearing in mind that justice delayed is justice denied. Hey, all those in favor of voting guilty, raise your hand.
I'll blast the holes the size of a Kansas City watermelon through your ugly ass bozo face! What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Okay, I guess that does it. I understand. What do you mean you wouldn't check? I got a whole game against at 2 o'clock.
It's not quite that simple, Mr. Madison. This is still America, you know.
Well, what should we do, Mr. Runga? Give the Pledge of Allegiance, right?
We have a secret ballot.
Oh, guilty. Not guilty. Are you kidding? Would you mind telling us, without dragging patriotism into it, why you think the defendant is innocent?
I didn't say I thought he was innocent.
You claimed he was innocent.
I cannot permit us to reach a hasty verdict. I'm sorry. There may have been mitigating circumstances.
He may be right, you know.
The only circumstance is that Leo Garvey beat up this guy and he sent him to the hospital. That makes him guilty.
You miserable motherfucker. I ought to jump over this counter and bash your fucking balls in.
You've received your instructions. Now, select the foreman, reach a verdict, and in this case, it shouldn't take you too long. And if you should need anything, I'll be right outside this door. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen.
This channel is just about authenticity.
The views, information, and opinions expressed by
BCHQ. Just want to give you positive vibes again today.
Make sure you get your whole head in front of the shotgun. Thank you for calling.
and Jack of One Trade
Thank you for calling.
do not reflect those of any other podcaster, YouTuber, or production company.
This message will self-destruct.
Beautiful. What a life. What a transition that was, huh? I wanna fucking shoot myself. For the record, I just wanna say that. Welcome to the UKNJ Project. My life fucking sucks. Big black fucking dicks. And I don't care if you don't like that, because that's exactly what it fucking does. Right down to the balls. Not fucking around, dude. My life is not fucking around. Oh, okay, cool. You think you got it all figured out? Go fuck your mother. That's what you could do. And I say nay. I'll do no such thing. Have you taken a look at that fucking woman? Bro, it ain't happening. Anyway, this is not... Look, I don't... It's 10 a.m. It's 10 a.m. Do you know where your children are? That's the question. Do you know where they're at? I don't even know where I am. It's fucking Tuesday, and I only know that because I'm doing this show right now. BCHQ, myself, supposed to be a movie review show. But guess what, motherfucker? I ain't had time to sit here and watch a movie because I've been too busy worrying about what the fuck am I gonna do with my life here now, since I'm just getting fucking... I'm getting fucked left and right from this goddamn doctor's office. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. It really is. But I'm not here to talk about that. I mean, I don't know. BCHQ is here. He was here. I don't know where he went. He disappeared, and now here I am. I have to do this shit all by myself now. But whatever, dude. Look, next week we'll get back on to movies, bro. I don't care what happens, alright? Let's just put it that way. Yesterday I was supposed to go to the doctor. Guess what? I didn't go. Not because I didn't want to, but because nature decided it wanted to storm yesterday. And for some reason, living in a state where, I don't know, we see snow out every fucking year, practically, right? Now, the levels of snow are different all the time. But we know what it looks like. It should not be a fucking surprise when it's if it rained fucking acid. I could see the point. How about now?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
I was talking a minute ago. You weren't picking it up, so I just left and come back in.
Okay, I was gonna say because I saw you were in there, but nothing was happening.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not done that before, so I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I was just thinking before we started, like, we're literally like, even though sometimes I might go on a bit of a moan about something, we're a little bit like Jekyll and Hyde with our, just in terms of like what we talk about and come on with our like moods, innit?
Yeah, well, I mean, dude, this is fucking outrageous. I really shouldn't even be here right now. I should be ripping somebody a new asshole. That's what I should be doing. But, you know, I gotta do something normal. Here's what happened, dude. I had an appointment yesterday, 2:30 in the afternoon. It snowed. The world didn't end. It snowed. We got a few inches. Don't get me wrong. It makes life very difficult, but not so hard that you can't pick up the fucking phone and say that the office is gonna close. So they never did. Right now, I have to call them back now and try to figure out what the fuck is going on. Because I only got but 3 pills left. So, I mean, I just love how they can do this to you. If I can't do this, they can do it though.
It's just how it goes. Just like, I know it's not the right thing, and it shouldn't be like that, but you know what I mean? It's just how it's set up, and they're supposedly the experts, so they get away with stuff that we don't. I thought today anyway, we could talk about some food stuff that we spoke about a few weeks ago, like in terms of like supermarket foods, like the quality of it, and also let me just check my notes. I was just going to discuss, like, I know you're probably not in the space to do it, but we need to tackle it at some point because we need to get back on these films. So I was just going to say we'll talk about some films we're going to do in the coming months or whatever.
Yeah, alright, hold on. I gotta grab a tissue or something, dude. I'm fucking, it's bad news over here.
So yeah, for those that don't know, a couple of weeks ago we touched a little bit on like food quality in supermarkets and stuff, and like meat, and so I knew that we was going to speak about that today. And as I said, films going forward, we need to get back on the film, so we just got to kind of work out what we both got access to and go from there. I hope everyone is good though. If you're tuning in, I appreciate it. Hope everyone is doing something productive and staying positive. I had a very productive day yesterday, and today pretty productive too, so give yourself a to-do list.
Yeah, I gotta rip somebody a new asshole. That's on my fucking to-do list. Scumbags. Like, I can't... Bro, listen. This is the last thing I'm gonna say about it, and then I'll leave it alone. I don't even want to hear that, oh, like, we couldn't make it into the office. Listen, bitch. You got one job. Your only job is to go down a list of names, call those people, and say you're coming in or you're not coming in. That's it. Yeah, COVID positive. Bro, everybody in that office better be positive. Everybody. Every fucking, even the dog, even the goddamn dog. The fish better have the fucking corona, dude. You know, what the fuck?
Imagine seeing the fish in the gold, in the bowl with a mask on. That'd be hilarious.
Oh, yeah, that would be fucking wild. So, man, I don't know where to even.
So I can't fully remember what we was talking about, but I know we was talking about food the other week with like supermarkets. But I can't fully remember the conversation. So I jotted that down though for us to like pick back up on that. And then the other thing was literally just working out what films we're gonna do going forward.
Well, I mean, this is one thing I wanted to bring up is that, you know, at one point I had Cinemax, HBO, Showtime, Netflix, and Hulu. And you could believe that there really was not that much variety as far as movies are concerned. I think, as there should have been, considering the amount of things that I just mentioned. It kind of surprises me how very little there is on all of these channels. I mean, honestly, HBO is probably the best one, because it has everything, dude. But they split it up at least. It's easier to kind of find shit. Although I do find it very fucking annoying that everybody's layout is exactly the same. Like, everybody's app is like how Netflix does their app. It's all, you know, everything is in a small box, and you gotta kind of scroll around and wait for your screen to catch up. It's very annoying. So maybe it's just I don't know how to find shit, which is entirely possible. And it could be all on me, and maybe the way that they do the app is not that bad really, and I just don't know what the fuck I'm doing. It's entirely possible.
And I think you do it all on your phone, don't you? Like, I do it on a TV, which obviously is a lot bigger and easier to kind of navigate around, so.
Well, we got the 32-inch TV in the living room, but other than that, it is on my phone or it's on the computer. HBO, oh shit. That's right! Dude! Bro, this fucking kid, I don't know how he does it, bro. But he's on everything, dude. I was just gonna bring this up, and he's right on it, dude. HBO doesn't own half its original content from the 90s, though. Have you found anything like Taxi Cab Confessions or Shock Video? Bro, my first order of business when I got HBO, and I don't care what anybody thinks of me. I don't give a fuck. My first order of business when I got HBO was I went to look up Real Sex, and unfortunately, it's not there. No G-String Divas, no Taxi Cab Confessions, none of that shit, bro. It's all gone. And when I tell you, I literally looked through the entire catalog of everything that they had to make sure that I didn't miss it. It's gone. And the reason why I wanted to look it up, not just because, like, alright, I know obviously you bring that show up and people are gonna go, well, yeah, we know exactly why you want to watch that. No, dude, but I found that show fascinating in the sense that they brought you into parts of the world that you would never see on your own. You know, because they're HBO, they got let into places that me and you would never be able to go in. You know, and see these people and how they do things, man. But now all that shit's gone. I figured the reason why, and Demos probably can agree or disagree with this. I mean, obviously that would be the only course of action. But I figured the reason why they didn't have this show anymore was because there's only so long that you can write out that contract for. The one that says, like, all right, I'll let you use this video, I give you clearance to use this video on your show and your documentary series for, you know, blah, 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 however many years. I'm sure those contracts probably expired and it would be way too difficult to try to track everybody down now and get clearance for it again. Half of those people probably would never fucking grant the clearance because they all got, you know, lives and jobs and shit. You know, in today's world, it's very unfortunate, but I just realized too, the reason why they could have took that show down was because of how many people would have complained about, you know, how bad it was, how racist it was, which is obviously ridiculous, I think.
I've not seen any of these things that he's mentioned. I don't know what I'm missing out on.
Oh my god, bro. Only one of the most iconic shows ever, in my opinion. Basically,
yeah,
here's
say
the...
that about fucking Seinfeld.
No. This is different. This is why this is different. Because this is not a scripted show, dude. There's two shows we're talking about right now. One is called The Real Sex, and the other one is Taxi Cab Confessions. Now, to go back to Real Sex, this was a show that was on late night on the HBO, dude. And it explored pretty much everything had to do with sexuality, dude. I mean, like, you name something. When I tell you name something, bro, I'm telling you, they had everything on that show. From fucking singing penises to motherfuckers that, you know, hang metal off of their dick. Like, just wild things, bro. I'm not using very good examples. I mean, they went into before sex dolls were even talked about, bro. They did an episode all on that. About, you know, sex dolls, how women been using this shit for years. This is not new. I know over in the UK and a couple of other places in the world, they do have brothels that are used, actually set up, that don't have women in them anymore. They have, not robots, the other word for the thing that I'm looking for. They got like dolls in them. That's not the word, and people probably get real mad that I just said that, but They got these dolls in there, dude, where you pay by the hour and you go fuck these things, pretty much. But I'm saying, you know, nobody was talking about that shit back then. HBO was doing a show where they did specials on that. Like, literally, you can ask Jess, she's not up right now, but if I asked her, she would literally tell you, like, the shit that she learned about. So a lot of the shit that she learned about sex, she learned through that show. Even, you know, being a virgin, watching shit, you don't know really what's going on. Like, I think that show is important. It should, they literally, and I know people will probably say that, you know, I'm exaggerating or whatever. I really do think that show should have been kept on for educational purposes, dude. For real. On some real shit. Like, not even trying to be funny.
It wouldn't be nowadays, though, would it? Because you can't say nothing that's, like, slightly, like, controversial or anything, so... I'm not saying that's wrong, I'm just saying, like, they would get away with it now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, dude, they would go up to random people on the street and just be like, oh, you know, would you fucking, I don't know, would you have an orgy with your wife and, 8 other people? You know what I mean? Like, they do wild shit. But... it also, I know I said this already, but I feel like it opened a world, dude, that we would not have known about.
And also, I think it takes away the, a bit of the stigma and, like, taboo about people's fear of talking about stuff, innit?
And also, I think it can make you more comfortable with things that make you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like I don't think this works for everything, but I think sometimes that exposure can be a good thing when you're trying to work. I mean, bro, especially, dude, I don't listen. We're going about this all wrong. Like, I know this could head into a completely different conversation, which I'm not trying to take it there, but do you have any idea how many races that we would probably be able to turn around if they would just be able to appreciate, you know, what, come on, man, stop it. I'm just, come on, dude.
I don't know if everyone's getting what you're saying, but yeah. Like, yeah.
I'm saying, dude, there's some beautiful women in the world, bro, and I don't understand why you would sell yourself short and not even just to enjoy the view, for God's sake. I mean, what the fuck? I'm not saying, you know, whatever. Because anything that I say up to this point is just no good anyway in this day and age. But it's the point, dude. It's stupid to why limit yourself? Why limit yourself? Although I do find it very interesting that it seems that in places where motherfuckers are real racist, like if the big thing is to be racist against black people in that area, then black pornography is the most popular thing. I find that interesting. I know why it is. I think it's because that's like the most taboo thing, right? So obviously you go to that. But I find that interesting. Not that it has anything to do with what we're fucking talking about, but yeah.
I don't know if you want to, but I was going to say we would talk about this food stuff. I remember I was just trying to think of what we was talking about. I remember a bit of it. Remember I asked you about like the fast food places around where you are, like over the years, how you might have noticed if they've changed for good or bad. And we both sort of agreed that our like local places are nowhere near the standard of what they used to be. And you said that we was gonna tackle the supermarket side of like the processed food and that. So we could maybe talk about that.
Alright, I know I brought this up the last time. I'm gonna bring it up again because we're still in the goddamn pandemic. If you own a restaurant, now is not the time to mail your food in. Now is not the time to do a half-ass job and expect people to support your business because it's the middle of a pandemic. I just want to put that out there because I've been relying on a lot of delivery, dude. Let's just put it out there. We don't go to the store as often as we would like to, which means that we don't cook at home nearly as often as we should. But, you know, that happens. It's the point. Don't think because we're in the middle of a pandemic that I'm going to allow you to sell me some half-mailed in bullshit and continue to support your business. I will do no such thing. I don't care. I need supporting me where I spend my money, dude. And I know a lot of people don't. You know, a lot of people would laugh and be like, "Oh, well, you're only spending $20, $30 at a time. You know, what are you really so fucking concerned about?" It's the point, dude, that I think a $20, $30 order from some place could be the difference between, you know, closing and keeping their fucking doors open, or paying an employee or a light bill or something, dude. You know, I'm just saying, I wanted to bring that up to make a point before we get into the stores.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people that aren't in situations that they're struggling for money, or like you said, like it can make a whole lot of difference. They don't understand it because they've got that money there. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't even really touch their pockets. Of it's $30 to them. So, but like in the bigger scheme of things, it. Do you know what I mean? It's the equivalent of like, even though it's $30 to us, it'd be the equivalent of like $1 to them. Do you know what I mean? Because of how their wage is different.
Yeah, but I was gonna say also, I know another thing we should probably bring up is tipping. I don't think we've ever mentioned this before, like actually gone into it. I know we were supposed to talk about food, but this is also, I think, another very important part of it that don't get brought up.
I got a funny, well, I was going to say a story. It's not really a story because it's very quick, but I ordered a Domino's pizza once, and it's literally about, in the car, it would probably be about 10-15 minutes drive from where I live, from where the place is. And it took over an hour to get here, and then they still wanted a tip. I was like, you mad?
Wow. Yeah, that was, well, okay, there you go. That's a good place to start. I mean, we could talk about fast food and work our way into the grocery stores, I guess. But, so what are your, when you tip a delivery person, do you automatically have an amount set in your mind of what you're going to tip before you order, or do you make that up as you go?
Well, I'm going to be totally honest. I don't always tip. Like, I don't get a lot of deliveries anymore. We used to do it more like if we went out for meals and that, and maybe like £3 or £4, something like that, maybe, like to make, like, say if the meal was, say, £47 something, we'd just tip it to like £3 more to make up to the 50. So we'd sort of round it off like that. So it's more when we used to go out for meals and that, which we haven't done for a long time. So we used to just kind of round it up to like the nearest point. So like I said, £48 something, and then we just round it up to like £50. So they've got more of a whole number.
Okay. See, the way I usually do it is, I'm not rich, right? Like, my old neighbor made me kind of feel shitty about it, but I mean, whatever. Everybody's different. We all got our own process, the way we do things. But how she felt about it was, if I don't, like, I'm not going to order food unless I have at least $10 that I could tip this motherfucker with. Which I think is fucking crazy. $10 is a lot of money, bro. I mean, alright, look. I know, like, that's a fucking awesome thing to do. Don't get me wrong. I would love to, like, I know that probably will change, that could change that delivery person's day, getting $10 or not, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's a big difference, but it's the point. That's a lot of money, man. And already, if the food wasn't so fucking expensive, and I know I probably sound like a boomer saying this shit, I mean, even though we are boomers already, but, you know, anyway. I'm saying the food is already crazy expensive, bro. I'm spending $30 already, $40 already, and we haven't even gotten the food in the car yet. Now this dude or this lady wants to drive it here, and now I gotta give you money on top of that. I know I probably come off like I'm cheap, dude, but it ain't that. Like, I only got but so much money. I can't afford to fucking throw out $50 every time I order food. That would be crazy. But I do at least try to give them at least $3, which is not crazy. It's not a lot at all, but I think that's better than nothing.
Yeah, and I think when you don't have that sort of money, like a lot of people they probably get tips from, like, they look at you the same. Do you know what I mean? They're expecting a certain amount, which is wrong on their part. I'm not saying they all do it, but
well, I was actually gonna bring that up.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was actually going to bring that up. What you just said, some of them do expect a tip. Those people bug the fuck out of me.
But this is
Like-
the problem, innit? I don't think you should expect anything. Like, be grateful if you get a tip, but you shouldn't. I don't think you should expect, especially when, like I told you with that one with me, like they were well late, and it don't take that long to deliver it, and they still expect a tip. Like, you haven't done your job, so.
Like, okay, there's a difference. Sorry, I'm trying to. My voice has been, consistently fucked up. Hopefully, we gotta figure something out soon so I don't lose it permanently. But, maybe I'm being overly paranoid. Whatever. Fuck. God damn it. Oh, wait, that's what it was. If you go... I know you said that you guys usually tip when you go out to eat to a place. But I think a waitress or a waiter expecting a tip is different from a delivery person expecting a tip, because waiters and waitresses typically, I don't know about, over in the UK, but here in America, they typically only make $2 an hour. So they're living off of whatever tips customers are leaving for them.
Yeah, I don't know what the rate is here. I think it might be a bit higher than that. But I was just going to say that I don't think I remember ever really having like a bad experience with a waiter or like a waitress. So in that term, like aspect of it as well, like it makes you want to tip them as well, because they are helpful and they're not rude, and like I know you do get them, but I've been quite lucky with the ones we've had. So, but I'm just saying, when they're like that, you don't even think twice about tipping them.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's so back to the point, which is, I don't mind delivery people looking for tips, right? That's how the system is set up for them to basically live off of them as well. Since you brought up Domino's before, there were signs over a couple of cities over. Domino's was looking for drivers, and they were hiring drivers at $20, starting at $20 an hour to deliver pizza. Now, hold on a second. I was gonna, you probably are not sure. Do you know what minimum wage is where you live?
Not off the top of my head. I could look it up while we're talking. I'll look it up on my phone, but.
I was gonna say, I know $20 is a decent amount of money to make an hour, but it's not when you have to supply your own car and you're literally putting thousands of miles on it a day. $20 is not a lot, but it's the point. So I understand why they want to live off tips, but also drivers that expect them rub me the wrong way. I do want to bring this up, but give me 1 second. I'm going to have to pause. I got to check and make sure that the dog is not up and moving around. If she is, I got to take her out. I'll be right back, though. Give me a second.
I'll just let you guys know if you're watching anyway, but the current minimum wage for the UK right now for 25 and over is £8.72, and then 21 to 24 years old is £8.20. So that's the minimum wage, which is actually slightly gone up since last year. 2019 for 25 and over it was £8.21, and then for 21 to 24 year olds it was £7.70. So it has actually gone up, but I think it should be £10 minimum wage at a minimum. Do you know what I mean? Like, nothing below £10. That would be that's what it should be in my opinion.
I think we're alright.
So I've got the UK minimum wage this year. So, well, it says from last year, but it's still running. So 25 and over is £8.72. So I'm not sure what that would be where you are. And then 21 to 24 year olds is £8.20, and it's actually gone up, both of them, since last year. Well, since 2019, sorry. But I was just saying, I think it should be a minimum of £10 at least.
Well, hold on. So, they split your wage by how old you are?
According to what I've looked up, yeah, I didn't. To be honest, I don't know nothing about it, so I've never looked it up. But the thing I've got up, it's got 25 and over, and then another section 21 to 24-year-olds. So fuck knows what it is for younger.
Yeah, that's crazy because man. All right, so yeah, I'm assuming 8 pounds is like $10. There's got to be only $1, $2 difference. I'm pretty sure between our money.
Just get your thoughts on that quick. What would you have as like the minimum rate? Because I would have it as £10. Like you shouldn't get nothing below that.
I mean, they're working right now. Supposedly, they're working on raising the minimum wage from $8 to $15 an hour, which I think it's reasonable. I know a lot of people don't think so. I mean, I have a friend of mine who thinks that special response workers and fucking EMS, fire department, all that, he thinks that those people should not make the amount of money that they're making, which I think is wild that anybody could even suggest. Like, those motherfuckers pull up to people's guts hanging out. Whatever they're making needs to be doubled. I don't know what the fuck you're on about, dude. Right?
They
like,
should be getting like levels of like celebrity fucking money.
Yeah. So, yeah, because they could do shit that, bro, I can't. I don't want to. I'm sorry, dude. I don't want to see your guts hanging out. Look, lady, I know there's a foot hanging out of your vagina right now, but I really don't feel comfortable delivering this baby. Like, I just, the things that they do, they need to get paid fucking more. But to answer your question, I mean, I think $15, a lot of people don't like it, dude. I think that's a good place to start. Not for nothing, bro, but when I started working regular jobs, minimum wage was $5.15. I know I'm dating myself a little bit here, but I mean, that's legitimate. $5.15 fucking cents. You can't live off that. Honestly, $8 an hour isn't cutting it anymore. I don't know a single person that is gonna be able to live off $8 an hour, dude. Nobody can live off $200 a week. It's not possible. It's not. It really isn't.
I don't understand the people that like don't mess with it and say like you're saying people got a problem with people getting a certain amount of money, but why when they'll happily like pay a celebrity? Do you know what I mean? A ridiculous amount of money just because they're a celebrity. How can they justify it? It just doesn't make sense, especially when we're talking about like nurses and doctors and all that, like people that are actually saving lives.
Those same people that do that are never. Those people are never the ones to work in any of these fields that they're so quick to say don't deserve the amount of money that they're going to get. You'll never catch one of those people actually being an EMS worker, dude. Never. What do they actually do? Who fucking knows and who cares? The fucking guy that I know that says that it has some of the most backwards beliefs I've ever heard in my fucking life. But, I mean, that's his business. I mean, an immigrant against immigration. Have you ever? I can't fucking believe it.
That's like that sounds like that could be a HBO comedy, like.
I mean, yeah, for real, dude. I mean, honest to God, bro. I mean, I migrated. My family migrated here when we were kids. Okay, so what are your thoughts on immigration? I don't think. We need to close the borders. Like, dude. All right, look. Not to get political, even though it's already too late for that. Ain't got nothing to do with making money. I mean, it does, really, if you think about it, but we definitely can't just leave the front door wide open. That's crazy. You can't do that. You gotta check IDs at the front door. You gotta make sure paperwork is in order. But I'm saying This country was founded on the idea of people from other places coming here and that making this place what it is. Now, I know that's not actually the idea that the country was founded on, but let's pretend for a moment that our history is not as ugly as it is. This place being a fucking... Yeah, are we talking about jumping fences or legit immigration? Because depending on who you talk to. Well, yeah, but see, that's the point. He's even talking about legit immigration. Like, he doesn't think... Like, he thinks that people should be allowed to come here, but it should be a lot more difficult than it is. Which, I don't know whether to agree with that or not. I don't know the system. Here's what I do know. Is that, you know, if you want to be able to come take your shot in America, you should be able to do that. But do it the right way. Do it the right way. File the fucking paperwork. I understand some people can't do that. If you're running away from some shit, I understand hopping a couple fences or digging a hole, whatever it is. But if you can legitimize your paperwork, you should do it. And I mean, that might actually make the ability to raise wages a little bit easier, right? Because then everybody's paying into taxes, but they don't want to give a fair wage anyway. By the time they make minimum wage $15, it's going to need to be $25. They're always 5 years behind.
I don't know where are we going with this.
I don't know. I'm just making a point, I guess. Everything is all connected, obviously, because you can't bring up what people are gonna make.
Like there is a problem with like immigration. Like I think it's difficult, isn't it? Because how do you know how many people to let in and stuff? Because I think that they do add something. Like you get a lot of foreign workers that actually work harder than the local people, but then you also get a lot of trouble as well because you can't. It's like catching a load of, you know, like them fishing nets in the sea to catch all the sardines and that. It's like catching a bunch of people. Not all of them people are going to come over and do positive things.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying everyone that's already there and local is positive anyway, but it's just adding to, well, living space as well. Like, we've got a lot of problems like that over here.
Well, yeah, dude, I mean, I'm definitely not, like, the governor of my state, not to, like, I know, see, here's the problem. This is why if you bring up minimum wage, dude, you have to bring up immigration, you have to bring up these other things, because this dude he goes, all right, we're going to raise the minimum wage in New Jersey, and we're going to raise it to $15, and that will be done, like, over the next couple of years. But yet you can sign a law that, you know, gives people... Again, I'm not saying kick everybody out. The people that are already here, let them stay, whatever. But how come you can write a law to benefit those people and it gets done fast, easy, and that's the end of the fucking story? But to take care of people that are here is difficult to do. I don't get that. And that's, generally speaking, not even on a state level, on a country level as well, I think. But that's for a lot of places, I guess, do that. I'm just not sure why.
Do you think that, I don't know what, because I don't like watch the news to do with it or anything, but since Biden's come in, do you think that it's going to improve with the immigration stuff or get worse?
I honestly, everybody's gonna assume it's gonna get better. I don't know anything about anything, to be honest with you. But I would assume it don't make a goddamn difference. who is sitting in that chair. You know, they have, everybody has their mind made up of what it can happen, how many, whatever the magic number is, and that's the end of the story. So, I mean, I don't know, dude. I think it's fucking crazy that, you know, this dude is even the president. Doesn't even, too old to know where he even is, and you're the president.
I mean, you might think I'm crazy, and other people be like, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. But even just little clips I've seen of that Biden, like, he doesn't look almost, it doesn't look human. Like, to me, I look at him, his eyes look like they don't belong to his fucking body. Like, I feel like he's got some AI shit going on. And I've only seen little clips of him, but I see these clips and they make me feel really uneasy. Now, I might be looking into it too much, but I just think he looks off.
I mean, he definitely, something is off about him, that's for sure. But, I don't know, you gotta be a weirdo to want to be a politician anyway, dude. I don't know. It's fucked up. I don't think everybody makes enough money, though. I know that. I don't know what the answer is or how you fucking do it. Or even if immigration has anything to do with minimum wage, I would assume, though, taxes and all that bullshit, somehow it connects it together. But I don't think that there's enough money being made. And I honestly, not that you should, he defunded women's sports. Who did? Wait, I must have missed that.
I think he means Biden.
Oh, shit. Did he?
What an ass.
Why?
That's a good way to make a good impression. What a twat. And I'm not even a fan of women's sports. I'm going to keep it 100%, like, I'm being honest. I'm not a fan of it, but if that's true, what the fuck?
I mean, honestly, they need to do something with the NFL because too many commercials, bro. I can't take it.
I did a video today, like, walking and that, and I only did a little bit on it, but I was talking about the Super Bowl coming up, like, how much they're going to make off the commercials and what they advertise on the commercials and, like, why they advertise them certain things. Like, it's mental.
Wait, he wants men and women to compete instead? I mean, I'm with that, I guess. But then...
Equality, yeah, but fucking then the women will start claiming domestic abuse.
No, they can't. No, dude, you can't. What do you mean? You can't do that. If you...
that starts happening.
Yeah, but they can't. They can't. You can't do that, dude.
They say they want the equality, but then they start complaining when they get hurt.
But that's the point, bro. Like, alright, look. If you got a vagina, right? And I have a dick, and you say, bro, I'm a boxer, you're a boxer, dude. I want to fucking, me and you were in the same weight class. I want to fight you. And then it'd be like, dude, no, you're a woman. I can't. Be like, bro, if we're in the same weight class and we're the same height and we got the same, close to the same reach, I don't see why they can't fight. Although, well, see, now you're saying like, well, you have to understand if you're gonna go into the fucking ring, dude, that's it.
No, I agree that you should, but I'm just saying, I think that a lot of them will backtrack and be like, do you know what I mean? I agree, they should be going into it, like, knowing what they're getting themselves into. That's the whole point, but I was just saying, I think a lot of them will start complaining, and you're like, well, what do you want?
Right, like that. No, I agree with you, but I'm saying, like, you can't do that, dude, because you are literally... Nobody's forcing you to do it, right? Like, you're you're agreeing to do it. Nobody's gonna throw you into. I mean, even no matter what it is, football, boxing, gives a shit. Doesn't matter. It's all the same thing. You know, although I would imagine it would be probably a little more difficult for women to play men in basketball because statistically, when you think men are taller.
I don't know. You get some tall women, but I probably over the larger picture probably. And I
Yes,
like muscle mass and that. It's going to be a whole different ball game for the women. Like so, it's already they're up against it straight away. And that's just like the biology of it. Do you know what I mean? That's not even their fault. That's just how they're built different to us.
Yeah, I mean, it says seeing a woman get checked by a man in a basketball game is not gonna look good on TV.
And also think as well, like, I'm not like obviously there are going to be times where a woman beats a bloke or something, but I just think that a lot of blokes will get the upper hand, and then how are the women going to feel then? Do you know what I mean? They've got the equality, but are they just going to then be like depressed? And do you know what I mean?
That's a good point. I don't know. I mean, where you at on? So what sports do you think if there are any, what sports do you think that men and women would be able to play together?
Well, they already do it a little bit with tennis, innit? But that's not really contact. So, see, anything with contact, I'm struggling already to think like what they can. I just don't know. Like, imagine if they had UFC events with women against blokes. And I'm not saying it would all just be all the blokes are winning, but I think the majority of them would. And like Demos said with the basketball, imagine if some blokes pummeling the shit out of a woman on TV.
Yeah, true. I mean, running, gymnasts, and figure skating.
I mean, yeah, I didn't think of that, like gymnastics and that, or like athletics, but I'm just thinking like contact sport. Like, I don't know how it works with contact sport.
Then I'm thinking, I guess you couldn't they fight though if they were the same weight and the same height? That would probably be the only thing they would be able to do, even though the body mass would be different. I guess that would be or can you think of a sport?
But why haven't they done that up to this point?
Probably because of exactly this reason. Because you know that some people are gonna get into it just to be able to throw accusations around, which is going to be a problem, and that's why I think they haven't done it already. But there's a couple of women in the NFL now who are coaching. I mean, that's at least a start. There was some girl, I think, that was playing in college that was gonna go to the NFL before the COVID started. Pretty sure. I could be making that up though.
See, I was listening to a podcast a while back of an ex-footballer, a bloke, and he made a point of like, because over here with like our football, we have like the pundits, like the commentary people and that, and there's been a lot more women coming into the male game, and just in terms of talking about it and stuff. And he was saying we shouldn't have a place for them. Like they've got their own football and that, their own shows and that now. They're all getting paid now, which they weren't getting paid a few years back. And I kind of agree with him, because he's saying like, how can they come and commentate and talk on a men's game when they, like, biologically, most of them and stuff, can't perform at the level men can? Like it's just like simple science. Like
Well,
men,
hold on. I gotta interject here in the sense that it depends on what we're talking about, right? Because if you're talking soccer, you're talking rugby, basketball, or even I'm trying to think of one more sport. I was gonna say hockey, but let's just say even hockey. If the rules of the sport are the same for both genders, then I don't think whether you're a man or a woman would really make that much of a difference, as long as they know, if they have the knowledge of the sport. Now, I know what you're saying in the sense that a woman cannot speak on. All right, now I don't know positions, right? But let's take NFL, American football, for example. A woman can't speak on what it is like to be a linebacker in the NFL because she's never been a linebacker. In that sense, I agree with what you mean, but we should take the rules of the game into consideration, where if they have the knowledge of it, while they may not be able to speak about the game from a physical standpoint, the WNBA and the NBA are not too much different, I don't think, as far as the rules are concerned. So that would be the only place that I interject and disagree with you in that specific spot.
Maybe my way of thinking is like just caveman, but I just think like I said a few years back, none of the women, even the pros and that, weren't really getting paid. Now they've got their own like highlight show, like the blokes do. They've got their own like teams, their own punditry teams, commentary teams, like sponsors. They're getting everything the blokes do now. So I'm just thinking, why are they just coming into the blokes game and talking about it when they've got their own platform now? I'm just like, what is this? Like, I just think that they're going too far with it. And I think partly they're doing it because the women probably, even though they're athletes or ex-athletes, bring more eyes to the men's game because certain blokes tune in because they're like, oh, she looks nice. I think that's a part of it. I also think that they're doing it for like the PC thing and just to make sure everyone's involved. But we've done it for so many years where they weren't mixing. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I'm thinking of it wrong, but I just don't understand why they're pushing it as hard as they do over here, that they have to be involved in our side so much now that they've got their own platform and they're on a more equal playing field now. I just don't understand why we're bringing them in so much into our side of it.
I mean, I get it, and I see your point on what you're getting at. I mean, to answer the question, I have not really watched any WNBA. I've seen highlights and bits and pieces of games, but I've never actually sat down and watched a game. Not that I would even know where to fucking find one, even if I wanted to, because they go out of their way to not really even advertise that, that this shit is on, whatever. But I see your point. I think the new age argument, I'm not saying that I agree, but the new age argument will be, back in the day, things like baseball was a predominantly white sport. And then once black people were allowed to play, people like Jackie Robinson, came through and blew the fucking roof off of the whole joint, right? I think the new age argument is the same, saying that women can bring something to the table that, men don't realize is whatever the argument is. But I don't think every woman could hang in a man's sport, but I think that there are women who would be able to hang with men and not bat a fucking eyelash. I really do think that, dude. But I mean, they're not.
I think that, like, even with that, I feel like, especially if you're talking like top elite level, there's probably like, I'd say 2 or 3, if you're lucky, I think, that would hang with the blokes, if you're lucky. And I think that's the problem, because they're talking on stuff that they're like, we can do that. And you're like, well, you do it in your own way, but you don't do it to that level. So I don't think you should comment on it. But and also I just like I know I'm not the only one that feels like this, but I think a lot of people feel like this and don't talk about it because they're scared of being called like sexist or whatever. But when I tune on to like the highlights and that of the football, or I'm watching a game and there's a woman commentating on it, it puts me off. It doesn't make it. Do you know what I mean? It makes me lose interest straight away because I'm like, why can't you just stick to your side of it? Like, why? I just feel like they're just coming in and taking over. I'm like, I just feel like you've given them an inch and now they're just taking the piss. And it just puts me off just watching things that I used to watch because I'm like, I don't want to hear it from you because I can't relate to you. But I think this happens with a lot of things now. It's not just football, it's all sports. I just think that they're going too far with it. But at the same time, I would, if my daughter, for instance, grew up and was an athlete, I'd support her. But do you know what I mean? I just don't understand. I just feel like they're forcing it. Because I think if a lot of blokes went over into the women's stuff and started trying to take it over and that, I think it would be they'd be more upright. Like, I can't think of the word. Like, there'd be more like, I can't find the word I'm looking for.
I know
Like
exactly.
friction sort of thing.
I know exactly what you're trying to say. If a dude went and tried to get involved in even just commentary, not even the sport aspect of it, the man would probably be accused, like you're saying, of trying to hijack the entire sport. But for some reason, when a woman tries to play a man's sport, we're all just supposed to go, oh, like, how nice is that? She can, if she can hang, let her play, right? But that's not, how come it's not them trying to take over our sport? I understand the point that you're making, but again, no, dude, I really do think that there are certain women that can hang with dudes. I mean, it might be only 2 out of 5 women, but I think you could find them. I think you could find them and they could hang, but it has a lot to do with body structure. More so than it does gender itself. Because look at the bodybuilder women. There are some bodybuilder women who are ripped thicker than fucking Arnold is, dude. So I don't think it necessarily has as much to do with the gender as much as it does the bone and the body structure that you're born with, right? Whatever your genetics are. The sex is important because that does play a role also. I mean, obviously, speaking generically, I guess, you know, men are typically fucking stronger than women, right? Like, I mean, obviously, exceptions to every rule, whatever, but, I mean, hopefully, you see what I'm trying to say or no?
Yeah, I think I'm a bit of a caveman when it comes to it because I've been so used to.
I would like to see, honestly, I would like to see from a scientific standpoint if there's any weight to this theory of mine. Like, maybe, I mean, I think you are a little cavemanish, but at the same time, I mean,
but I know I'm not.
We are.
Feels like this. A lot of people would feel like this, but they don't say anything because, like.
Dude, I'm sure there are a lot of women. I'm sure there are a lot of women that feel that women should only be in the woman's thing because they don't want men to be involved, right?
Yeah.
Same as men want just men to be involved because they don't want. I mean, honestly, dude, it's unfortunate, but I think either way, it would interfere with the sport. And maybe not even intentionally, dude, but I think it would. Having either sex in, it seems like it would have to hold things up a little bit. I don't know, dude. I am not the. I'm happy I don't have to make these fucking choices. I can tell you that.
So, did you want to talk about the food stuff a bit or something else? Like, I literally just put down in my notes to speak about, like, I think I put food, like, supermarkets. Like, that was pretty much it.
Well, we were talking about fast food before, right? Quality of it and all that. I know we were supposed to get into the supermarket, dude, but I mean, all this shit is pretty much connected in one way or another. You could easily connect food to sports, you know, all that. But I mean, it's taken a hit. Everything has taken a hit. It's not good. It's not good at all. Some of the places, dude, seem like they have black, like the meat is black, dude. And I'm not, that's legitimate. Like, I really should take pictures so that you can see these things, because sometimes I don't understand how they're able to put these things out. Like, legitimately, how is that illegal? Who wants to try a plant-based? Who wants to try a plant-based burger?
Plus,
would you do that?
Fuck no. I'm offended that they're trying to be vegan, but they're still calling it a burger. We spoke about this before. What are you doing? Like, call it a leaf in some bread. Let's not call it a vegan chicken burger. No, you're meant to be getting away from meat. So why are you still calling it vegan beef or vegan chicken? Are you stupid?
That's what it. Well, all right, dude. So, but we don't want to get all wrapped up into that.
That's like one of my things that gets to me. Like, you've got, like, it seems like I'll bring up anything, you get like that, and that's just one of my little things.
Yeah, no. I totally get it. But I was gonna say, are there specific things in your store that you've seen take a dive recently, or is it just generally the whole store?
For a long time, but we still get stuff delivered and that. And the one thing, I don't eat it too much now, but we still get it now and again. There's like these, like the multi-pack of like chicken like breasts and stuff that I've noticed over the years, like the size of them and that, like they're literally like meat on steroids. Like the size of them, the shape, and you can tell that they've changed them at some point. You know what I mean? Like the shape of them, the size. But do you know what it is as well? There's just no flavor to it.
I have a theory. I mean, obviously I can't prove it, but I think because they're pushing these things out in such numbers, I've noticed that they seem to have gotten smaller and bigger at the same time, which leads me to believe the birds are getting smaller because they're fucking forcing them to grow more rapidly, pumping them with steroids and antibiotics, which causes the size to double, so they kill them earlier so that they can continue this production line, which is why we've seen such a drop in size, flavor, everything is basically generic now. I think part of the flavor in the meat was from the bird being healthy, walking around for a few years, you know, living fucking life, enjoying life. That's part of what makes the goddamn animal taste so good. You can't just you can't just stick a chicken on a fucking seed feeder and then cut its head up and expect the meat to taste the same. It's not gonna.
I've not just noticed it with meat. I was just thinking, like, I've noticed it with like chocolate and stuff over the years. Like, it doesn't taste the same. But the other day I had a can of Coke, and I don't really drink that much fizzy anymore. But it was literally like I planned it to watch it when there was a football game on. So I was looking forward to it, even like for like a day or so, because I don't drink it that much. So I was like, I'll treat it. I'll use it as like a treat. So I went to have it, and like I couldn't taste no syrup in it. Like the Coke sort of taste nothing. It just literally tasted like fizz and gas that I didn't even drink a quarter of it, and I just threw the rest away. And that was after like looking forward to that for a certain amount of days. And but just things like that, like
it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder if have the products gone shitty, or have they always just been this bad and maybe we just never noticed it before?
I mean, it could be that we haven't noticed it. I just feel like a lot of it's been changed. A lot of like, and they don't necessarily tell you. And
I mean, I've noticed that it's pretty much with everything, dude. It doesn't matter if it's ramen noodles or whatever it is, but I have noticed that a lot of things don't really taste the same. I'm not sure if they're changing recipes around what's going on, but things definitely do seem to taste different. Like the amount of stuff that I eat seems to be becoming less and less now, instead of more. As you get older, you're supposed to increase shit to your fucking palate, whatever, and you know, do all that. But the direction that it's going, dude, it's I don't really want to, like, there's no interest in trying to expand what I'm eating, because I know it doesn't matter. Like, it's all not good now.
let me ask you as well. Like, I know you said you don't eat a whole variety of different things, but like take away like your meals and stuff. Like in terms of snacks and that, what is something that is in your head that is definitely not how it used to be?
Wait, take away what?
So forget about like your meals you have, and just think about like snacks or drinks or something. Like what's something that you definitely know is not the same as it used to be for you?
You know what, dude? Chips. Honestly. Barbecue chips, sour cream and onion chips, dude. It doesn't matter what brand. It does not matter if it's hers. It don't matter Lay's. It don't matter. Every brand that I've gotten, they all have seemed to have lost their bite over the years, dude. And what I mean by that is the flavor is there, but it's very weak. It's not strong anymore. You know what I mean? There used to be, you know, it's not just that too, dude. It's like all these different kinds of snack foods, bro. Like the Drake's apple pies are the only things that taste somewhat similar to how they used to back in the day, dude. Everything else seems to be different. It's just I don't know. I'm not sure why it seems that flavor is taking such a hit for, but everything is weak now. If it has any flavor at all, it seems to be weakness. Like it's not. I'm not sure what has happened.
I was talking to someone the other day about. I haven't had this for a while. Like just cereal in general, I haven't had for quite a long time. But the last time I had cornflakes, like I said to them, it's literally like cardboard. Like it's just so bland. Even when you put sugar on it, it's just sweeter cardboard. Like it's terrible. And I know cereal's not healthy anyway, but even from what I remember as a kid, like even that don't taste the same. And that's with putting sugar on it and trying to like improve the taste with sugar. It just makes it sweeter, but you can still taste like the blandness. It's very strange.
Yeah, I don't get it, dude. I don't get it at all.
And there's just a lot of blandness, isn't there, with like food now? And it's interesting because I'm thinking, are they taking it out to make you think that they're giving you a healthier choice now? But they're still adding shit to things that are killing people. So I'm like, what's going on?
Well, yeah, I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. If you notice, every fucking diet, every diet that there is, every diet product that there is, for some reason, it seems that diet and god damn it. I had it in my head exactly the way that I wanted to say it, but I don't know how to put it into words when I say it out loud. Like, it seems like when you say diet to somebody, that person automatically assumes that flavor has to be the thing that they trade for their food to be healthy or good for them.
Yeah.
Like it seems like everything is, the flavor is always the trade-off. Why? Because you can't have salt and sugar? Are you telling me that only salt and sugar make things taste good? I mean, I know that. Don't get me wrong, dude. You make a egg. Do you eat eggs? You eat eggs, right?
Actually, yeah, I don't eat them a lot. I actually had some. Like, I only eat them like in an omelette. I can't eat them just normally. So I actually had an omelette this morning. So.
Well, I was gonna say, you could tell the difference between what salt does with it and without it, even if you just cooked the egg, dude, and you made it. I don't know how they. What the fuck? When you break the yolk and then you flip it, I don't know what that is called. However that is, do it with and without, and you can see the difference of what salt does, but not so much that everything should taste cardboard-esque, dude. I'm not sure why that is. It's fucking disgusting. Horrible.
Yeah, I ain't really got anything else to say really on the food side of it. I didn't know what you wanted, because I remember you brought it up the other week saying about the supermarket side of it. So yeah.
I mean, I don't really remember now what I was. I'll have to go back. I'll go back later on. I'll listen to last week's show because I haven't. That's one thing I need to start doing that I haven't been doing. Is I've only gone back and listened to one show that we did because I don't like to listen to myself talk. So I don't usually listen to shit after I do it, but it would help if I did, so that I would be able to keep track of things that we fucking bring up, you know.
So, where do you stand with the films at the moment? Like, I'm a bit confused as to what you've got access to and what you haven't. Like,
okay, so we decided to keep HBO. We're keeping HBO. We pay for Hulu, and we're also, for now, we're gonna keep Cinemax because who knows? I don't know what they're gonna add, what's gonna be good, who fucking knows what's gonna happen. But it seems like HBO is worth it. And, you know, so we got Hulu, HBO, Cinemax, and Netflix. And I have Amazon Prime, but Amazon Prime is mostly paying extra money for most of the movies and shows that you want to see, which I really don't want to do.
Just while you're on Amazon Prime, there's nothing to do with films, but just thought I'd bring it up that they've actually started to get rights to some of the football games over here now. So you can only watch it unless you illegally stream it. You can only watch it on Amazon Prime now. They've just started to put that in there, and like that's something that's happened this year. So it's like an extra platform that they're doing now.
That sucks, honestly.
I mean, it's not all the games, but you have like certain weeks where they have a bunch of the games on there. So unless you illegally watch it or like on a stream, you're screwed if you haven't got Amazon.
That's the boat that I'm in. I mean, over here, Amazon only plays the fucking Thursday game. That's it. You have to have the NFL. Like, sports are so jerked up over here. It's disgusting.
They've got
do you want to...
sports in it with like the apps, and you have to have now to watch it like they did with a lot of the video games where you pay for the game, you get the game, only to realise that now you can't play maps and stuff because you have to download and pay extra for the fucking maps.
Yeah, all that DLC shit. It's ridiculous. But dude, I was just gonna fucking say... Oh yeah, Amazon only plays the Thursday game. Then they say, "Oh, do you wanna watch every NFL game this year? Get the NFL fucking season ticket pass gimmick, right? And that's $1,000, and you watch every game ever been made this year. It doesn't matter where you live, right? Or maybe you're a football, like they have packages where you literally, if you're a fan of every sport, a general sports fan, you would have to pay like $600 a month to unlock every fucking package for every sport. It's ridiculous.
And
they got a hockey.
People are actually doing that as well.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
You know what's crazy though? You made me think so, and it's funny because we do it over here with like, not even sports, but like selling furniture and that on the TV. They're like, so get this for now for only, like they'd be like $100,099. Like they say it like it's £1 or $1. They're like, get this now for only this amount, and it's like fucking £5,000.
That's how they do that, motherfucker. They do that here too. Where
like,
they'll be like, oh,
only £899. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll get one right now.
Oh, you want this mattress? It starts at only $1.99. Like, wait, what? Yeah, and that they really mean starting at like $1 million or whatever. It's fucking ridiculous.
So yeah, I can't remember where you was going with this because I kind of butted in with the Amazon thing. I don't know if you was going to say something else.
Who can remember? Well, the point was, dude, that you gotta have a fucking app to watch everything, right? Then they say, well, if you don't have Amazon Prime and you want to watch all the games, just get the NFL Network. And then you go, all right, well, how much is the NFL Network? And be like, oh, well, you can only get the NFL Network if you fucking, whatever. But you see the point, though. Fuck it, dude.
I was gonna say, we was on about films, weren't we? So we need to work out what you've got access to that I've got access to, and then we can start.
Yeah, we need to figure out an easier way to do it other than, all right, here's 5 movies, you look on your thing and I'll look on mine.
Is there an easier way though? That's the only reason.
I know, I don't.
Anyway, but
I don't know. I don't think so. Plus, I mean, think about how long it would take us to be able to figure out. Like, we would literally have to go title by title through every fucking platform. That would take so long. It's ridiculous. I mean, I've thought about maybe renting a new release once a month. Maybe doing that, and then picking something. We pick a random year, Maybe we pick every week we pick a different year and genre of film, and then we can go and I guess pick at random, however we do it, a film. Yeah, if only Blockbuster was still around, we could pick a film out of that year and genre of movie. I guess I don't know how we would do it, but trying to come up with something.
So I don't know how far you're gonna have to go back, but I remember I sent you some films on Facebook a while ago. So I don't know if you'll be able to find it or not. Or I was just gonna say, if you could find it, then you could look to see if you've got it on any of these things you've got now. But if not, we'll just have to try and think of what they were, and then look.
Yeah, I mean, because of course the second that I get HBO, now Rumble in the Bronx is nowhere to be fucking found. It's not on Netflix, it's not on Hulu, it's not on HBO, and it's not on Cinemax. Which means that it's probably on Starz or Showtime, because why fucking wouldn't it be? Like, it's crazy. If you want access to every movie, you basically have to have every different streaming platform that there fucking is. And never mind that we live in 2 different countries, so it makes it even more difficult.
But when you really think about it, like, it's not even, like, it shouldn't even be an issue, what we're asking. I noticed in the chat as well, Dimash put about the Valentine's film. I remember he brought this up a while ago. He said that he's got something for us to watch. I want to know what it is, because he keeps going on about it.
Yeah.
Blockbuster's like, I miss the video days. It's like the cassette days, going to a shop.
I mean, I'm saying, dude, we'll fucking figure it out, man. I mean, this is the shit that we have access to for now. I was just starting to rewatch The Sopranos again because it's been so long since I've seen it. But I mean, I've thought about that. Maybe we could maybe there's a show. Or do we just stick to movies? I don't.
But I think a lot of it comes down. The ball is in your court more, because once we figure out what we're watching anyway, it's just I know, like, it's been the last thing on your mind, so.
Well, yeah, because I mean, dude, again, yesterday was my appointment. I have 3 pills left in this bottle. That's it. As soon as I'm done doing this with you, I have to call this doctor and figure out what the fuck am I gonna do.
Are they answering you, or have they been ignoring your calls? Or?
Well, yeah, here's what happened. I made the fucking appointment. I told you I got sick and all that. I waited the 2 weeks. I went and got my fucking corona test. It came back negative. I called to make an appointment. They were like, oh, well, the doctor is busy, so you're gonna have to go to a different location than where you normally go. Alright, fine. Then, like I said, snowstorm comes, and then the office yesterday just closes. Nobody calls to say. They called me 3 times to make sure that I knew I had an appointment yesterday. 3 fucking times. Not one person called me to tell me the office was closed yesterday, which, by the way, I would have rented a taxi to go to, which would have cost me probably $50. Nobody even bothered to call me. So, I gotta call them today and go, I got 3 pills left. I don't know what you motherfuckers want to do, but, like, this is not... I mean, just thank God I'm not a fucking moron, dude. And it would be difficult, but I can stretch these 3 pills to make me last until tomorrow. I could take 1 more today and save the other 2 for the next day. And then after that, I'll be fucked completely. But, I could at least do that. So I need to figure this out. You're right, it is the last thing on my mind. They told me in December, bro. They wanted me to find a different doctor. It's fucking February. I still don't have a primary doctor I need to find. still coughing and shit weeks after antibiotics are already gone. I've been having there's a lot of shit going on, dude. So you're right. Watching a movie is not exactly top priority for me right now. I need to figure out what the fuck is going on, because if I don't get these things filled, I'm not gonna die, but I'm gonna be very uncomfortable, and I'm not gonna give a fuck about sitting around and watching a movie, dude, when every part of your fucking body hurts. You're not concerned about that. You know, and I don't, none of this is in my control. Basically, is what this comes down to. This is all up to other people. I wanted this to be done months ago, so that I could just fucking go back to, you know, trying to get by in my regular life. But these people will not have it. I really don't know what to do.
See, I don't know if it's worth the stress of doing these every week at the moment. Not for me, but for you, because I know you're not filming your own stuff really either. So
I know. I mean, I haven't done.
Like, come on, and do you know what I mean? And like, and then if you're waking up late or whatever because you're not sleeping properly and all that, like, I don't want to be nagging or anything either. But just in terms of the stress side of it, anyway, like, maybe we should just chill out for a bit, because I know, you've not even really been doing your own stuff, so I know that you ain't getting a lot of time to do stuff. So
yeah, because I mean, I've been putting out anything, dude, other than that one Idiot Abroad video, and then I figured I would go to the doctor yesterday.
Yesterday I messaged, and you was like, I am coming on, and then I messaged this morning. I got up and I was like, thank fuck I went to sleep, because I would have waited up for you to come on, and then you didn't. So I was just glad I went to bed, because I'd have been up all night waiting for you to come back on.
Yes, I didn't know what to do, because I was gonna message you and be like, dude, you know what? I'm going to bed early. I went to bed early yesterday. I was like, I knew this was gonna be a problem. I will bet you money, me calling this office and telling them that my appointment was canceled is gonna be my fault somehow. This will not be resolved, or I'm gonna have to fucking get dressed and go, like, it's gonna cost me a lot of money. This is gonna be an issue either way. So, you know, it's not good. It's not good. I didn't have the energy to fucking come back on and stream yesterday, dude. I just didn't want, you know, I'm tired of always yelling and screaming and coming off like a fucking nut. I'm not helping myself. I'm trying to file for an expungement of my fucking criminal record, dude. Yelling and screaming on YouTube like an asshole is not helping my cause. It's gonna make me look worse. I need to stop fucking doing that. So I'd rather just not do anything at all. And, you know, but then at the same time, now look what happens. Now there's nothing coming out at all. So I can't win. I can't win at all, dude. If I make content, then I'm angry and I'm negative and it comes off like I'm a fucking piece of shit. But then if I don't do anything at all, then nothing comes out, and now what happens? Nothing. Now I sit around and what do I do all day? You know what I mean? And yeah, like, you can't be stressed over things you can't control. But I have to. When I'm not going back, dude. I know what helps the fucking pain. How can you ask me to not? I don't get it. I don't care. I just want to know. Just tell me how fucked I am. I'm tired of doing this, dude. It keeps me up at night. You know, I'm not fucking sleeping. I'm barely eating anything. I feel like I feel like I got, you know, shit just, they're like, my skin is on fucking fire, dude. Half of the time, just for no reason. Because it's just not normal. It's not normal to be under this amount of fucking pressure, dude. It really isn't. I've been on these fucking things for 8 years, and these fucking people are just gonna go, yeah, you know what? We don't feel like, we just don't feel like doing our job right now, so fuck you. Oh, what do you mean? Well, too bad for you. The office is closed. Whose fault is that? You didn't put any pills off to the side, huh? But ask them what they do. Ask them what they would do if they caught you with extra pills. Ask them what they would do then. So, you can't win no matter what you do, dude. You really can't. It fucking kills me.
I think you need to take a break from this, because even though it's once a week, like I said, I don't want to be nagging you, and then potentially me getting like pissed off if you've overslept or whatever, and I'm wondering where you are, and it's just things like that, like, because I'm not going through a lot of shit you're going through, but I don't think this is helping with the stress of trying to remember to come on and do this, and plus I don't want you to do it if you're not feeling it. Like, there's no point in you watching a film like forcing yourself to do it, or do you know what I mean? It's because then you're not even doing it for what we set out to do it for.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem. That's the problem, is that I can't even fucking enjoy it. Like, it really sucks. It really does. It's annoying that, you know, this is what it is, though, dude. Like, it's unfortunate, but I mean, I don't see this going away anytime soon. I really don't know. I mean, we're gonna have to have, by today, as soon as I'm actually, like, I'm about to hang this thing up now, because honestly, the earlier I call these people, the better. I honestly should not have even waited this long to call them. But I agree with you, like, in the sense that, and I need to figure this fucking out, dude, because this is not, it's not good to be constantly in a fucking state of, I have no idea what's gonna happen, right? But I can't control this. At the same time, how can I continue to allow these people to jerk me around this way? At some point, this has to start being my fault, that I continuously let them do this to me. Now, I know there's only so much I can do, but I mean, honestly, this ain't normal. No patient should have to do this. I shouldn't have. I'm chasing after these people. I'm chasing after them like I'm trying to fuck them. Honest to God, is what it feels like. It feels like I'm trying to chase after some chick who ain't trying to give me the time of day. But she'll fuck me out of boredom if I could just find the opportunity to get her alone. That's a lot what it seems like, dude.
Just feel that you're gonna kill yourself with all the stress, like.
Bro, it ain't me. It ain't.
No, yeah, but I just feel like because you blow up. I'm not saying you're wrong for it, but I feel because you don't, like, you can't control it as such. Like, I just think it's damaging you, because.
No, yeah, dude, 1,000%. I can tell you right now, it is 1,000%. It's not even a question. I can literally feel it.
But I feel
draining me, dude.
Almost a little bit, like, I just feel like you kind of are your own enemy at times as well. I'm not saying they ain't done nothing wrong, because they have, but I just feel like
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. This is not everything going on right now. Is not just something that I can go, well, if I just don't worry about it, then, you know, life will just be okay. Because it isn't. When all I do is deal with my pain. So it's always there. Even when I take the pills, when I don't take them, you know, smoke weed, don't smoke weed, the pain is always fucking there. It doesn't matter. The only thing, the closest I've ever come to not being in pain is the weed and the pills together. Low dosage of the pills and the weed seems to be, that's the way to do it. But, you know, putting that aside.
See, I think the biggest problem is you want them to understand that, but they're never going to understand it. And I'm not saying it's right. But
no, yeah, they're never going to understand it because they will never feel what I feel. And I know that. I recognize that.
I mean, like, because you're trying to get them to try and see it to a certain point, but they don't. But because you're doing that, you stress yourself out so much because you're trying so hard to get them to see it, but they'll never see it.
Right, well now, see, this is the problem though, dude, is I am forced. I want you to, this is not a doctor. I want you to look at this in a different way, because this is really more what it's like. This is not going to a doctor's office for me. This is going in front of a judge. That's what this is. Because I literally have to state my case from the beginning to every fucking person that I come in contact with. From the moment that I call the doctor's office, that's the receptionist on the phone. Then I gotta do it when I get in the office. I gotta do it to the nurse. Then I gotta perform again in front of the fucking doctor. And so, like, it never ends, dude. So, you know, it's always constantly going back into this shit. It's annoying because my situation is never going to change. It's only gonna get worse. I know that. They know that. But for some reason, part of the system is to make me dance around and prove it over and fucking over and over again that something's wrong with me. Now, here's the problem. I'm spending so much time having to prove what's wrong with me that I'm not being able to live a fucking life, actually. Because I'm too busy obsessing about everything that's wrong with me. So, how the fuck do you not obsess over that? When you have to literally, it's every thought that you fucking have. It's every phone call that you make. Every piece of paper that you have to fucking fill out is a constant reminder. And it just doesn't end. Because they just don't want to make it easy and just be done with the situation. They want to drag it out because there's medicine involved. So because they want to judge me. They want to judge me because they think this is all over fucking pills. Because people have nothing better to do than pop pills till they fall asleep. That's what this is about. It's all this is about. Control and fucking power. I would love to spend my day doing anything other than thinking / worrying about the problems that I have and how I'm going to treat them. However, none of this is my doing. If you noticed, there was a time where I was putting out 4 videos a day on my fucking YouTube channel. But that's because my days did not consist of trying to fucking get doctor's appointments and get treatment. I had time to do other things. When you don't have your treatment right, dude, how am I supposed to do anything else? Let's not even get started on my physical fucking health. when the last time was I got a fucking physical. Let's not even talk about any of that, dude. We haven't even gotten to that. Or how about the fact that my jawbone is shrinking inside of my fucking face? Let's not even get into that, dude. Let's not even get into that at all. Right? Like, there's so many fucking issues to deal with. It's, if I even stop for a moment to think about the gravity of fucked that I'm currently orbiting, I wouldn't be able to stand up.
I think we should cut it off. I think you should make this phone call. But as far as the show, I feel like we might have to take a break for a bit because I don't want to be adding to the stress.
I mean, I will fucking... Well, let me make this phone call because we can only really figure out what we're going to do after I figure out what they're going to do. We can't make plans for what we don't know is going to happen.
But I'm not trying to add to the stress, but be prepared for them possibly to be, like, not give you a fucking answer right now. So, like...
Well, dude, I know right now, when I call them, chances are nothing is going... Here's what's going to happen. They're either going to go, well, doctor's all booked up today, so fuck you. You can't come in till next week. Or, you know, well, honestly, it don't end well either way, so it don't matter. I already know it ain't ending good. I can tell you that. It ain't ending good, but whatever. I have enough money in the bank. I have enough money in the bank to cover a fucking visit. Like, I need to know, what am I doing, dude? Because they gotta either write this prescription or they gotta give me this paper for me to see somebody else, because I'm not gonna drive myself crazy. But with that, I'm just gonna shut the fuck up, dude. You can stay in here for as long as you want. It's not gonna... Well, I mean, I guess I would have to end it, but... I mean,
I'm
can...
gonna go and do some bits anyway, but I just feel... I don't want to add to everything that's going on.
Alright, well, look, we'll figure it out later, dude. I don't know, just assume that the show is gonna be postponed for now, I guess. We'll figure it the fuck out, dude. But let me make this phone call and I will update you all on what's happening later on, right?
Alright.